So what are some of the different views that people have on the existence of God? Well, firstly, you really need to say what you mean by the word God, because people might have different ideas about this. So lots of people use from the Greek theos for God, stating that they are a theist. And I teach my year 7s at the moment, a finger-spaced theist. There's a gap between and theist, okay? When you're writing fast in an exam, it's an easy mistake to make, so just remember that I told my year 7s that, okay? A theist believes there is a God. They believe in this idea of God, which comes from theos. And that idea of God is what we sometimes call the God of the omnis. If you remember from your work already in Christian beliefs and Muslim beliefs, Christians and Muslims both believe that God is omnipresent everywhere, omnipotent, all-powerful, omnibenevolent, all-loving, and omniscient, all-knowing or all-seeing, all-understanding. So the God of the omnis has all these characteristics. So why is it important to say that's what a theist believes in? Well, because this will come up when we look at something called the problem of evil. Well, how could an all-loving and all-powerful God allow suffering to happen? So a theist believes that God is both those things and there is suffering. But that's for a future lesson. Spoiler alert. So if a theist believes there is a God, for different reasons we're going to look at together, what does an atheist believe? Well, that A, it's called a negative A in Greek, flips the word to the opposite, okay? So a theist believes there is a God. So an atheist is the opposite, believes there's no God or does not have a belief in God. And again, that's the God of the omnis, okay? That theistic God, the God that has these qualities of being all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-loving. So what does an agnostic believe? Well, an agnostic has got that negative A at the beginning, and gnosis means knowledge. It's why you've got that silent K at the beginning of know, or knowledge in English, because it came over from that G-N sound. Gnosis means knowledge. So if you've got the negative A at the beginning, an agnostic has no knowledge. They would say, we do not know if there is a God. And the reason I think it's important to understand that view is because you've got the reasons why people might be an atheist, the reasons why people might be a theist. And an agnostic might accept bits from each of them and just say, look, we cannot know. You've got some quite good reasons. You've got some quite good reasons. I cannot decide. I cannot know. They might say, we just won't know until we die. We cannot simply know. So they would rather say, I'm agnostic. I don't have knowledge of it. And these three are different positions that come up a lot in philosophy, where people might be wishing to defend their perspective as to why they believe this is the right view for themselves, okay? Or why they believe the other view has got weaknesses that they don't accept. And the first things we're going to look at over the coming weeks are the reasons why someone might be a theist. Why might they believe there is a God? What proof do they feel that they have? Or what things have led them to that view? What is it about the world, the universe, their life, the stories they've heard, the religion that they're in that causes them to believe there is a God, that is that theist God of all the omnis? So of course in that we can then talk about some of the atheist reasons why they might say they don't accept this or that view. And finally, why agnostics might take that view of, I just don't accept either of these sides. So the agnostic view is a nice one to bring into essays. You always know it's going to be something on the opposite almost of an atheist or a theist view. You can always bring it in.